Hey, hello everybody. Welcome again to another episode here with our Subto community members. So excited today. I have a special guest. His name's Eddie Morden. He is part of our Subto community. We're helping each other grow and learn from each other's strengths and also learn from each other's weaknesses, right? On how to improve and become a better person. We have a saying in our Subto community, 1% better every day. So let's get it. So Eddie,
Yes.
without any further ado, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. So I'm an old school artist. I've worked
Nice.
in broadcast television, and I've done a lot of different things in advertising. I've been a creative director, art director, content producer, working on multimedia and interactive design and also content, which is kind of over a lot of people who might be in real estate be like, what? I don't.
That's pretty
Why does that
slick though,
apply?
man. You imagine how that industry has grown, right? From probably
Yeah.
when you entered it to now, it's like
Oh yeah.
technology and software and everything is amazing, right? How everything
Oh
the
yeah.
evolution is
Everything
over
from
time.
the resolution of imagery to like now having every industry is being impacted by AI, which is that's one of the cooler things is and you see like even like that's kind of like one of the testaments to this community that I think is really cool is that everything that's new that's coming up, we have people that are like cracking it and cracking the
Yeah.
code on how to use it and how to optimize it and how to insert it into this type of business or however you want to be doing investing. Like you can be, and that's one of the things I love about this community too, that there's no shame. Like you find your avatar. What do you want to do with this?
Yeah.
Do you want to just be somebody that buys and holds and invests every once in a while? Do you want to be somebody that's like takes this as like this is going to be my business. This is going to be my future. I'm only going to do this, and I'm going to try to stop doing what I'm doing now and do this from now on, and grow really rich, like just
Yeah.
be like
Well,
really wealthy. And so like,
So I'm glad you
yes,
pivoted
sir.
right from what you were doing for several years. So when did you pivot completely, or you still have your W-2, or are you
I
dabbling
still
in
have my
both?
W-2.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I chose this profession, so I kind I'm I kind of really like it. I like what I do.
Yeah,
But I do, I found myself in a position where I had spent a lot of time being a creative person and not really focusing on my financial future.
mm,
Even though I could have, I had went through a divorce, which had like left me being just wanted to be a beach party guy. Like, oh, I'm gonna party by the beach, and I work in advertising. I got a kick-ass apartment, and I'm gonna just hang out I always felt like I was networking and I was getting myself. I only had an interview ever once for a job. After
wow,
that, I had people calling me trying to recruit me for their companies, or for the
that's so
things that
awesome
they wanted me to do. And so but you have to really put yourself out there to do that.
for sure.
And I loved that, being that, but at the same time I felt like there was this piece missing, and I had always wanted to have a family. So I met my partner, and then we started getting serious. We said, okay, you know what, let's buy a house. I had I 2-bedroom apartment. She had 3 stepkids. I'm like, we're not going to fit here, so we bought a house. And that's when and she had been talking about real estate investing, and so my partner Heather, she's really like into that,
Yeah,
and
so Heather was the one that kind of gave you that little intro push into it. She's like, "Come on."
into this. Yeah, she's like, come on, let's let's
That's
let's buy
awesome.
a house, and I'm like, you know what, you're right, because we saw the writing on the walls. Living in we had a nice 3-bedroom apartment here in Long Beach, closer to the beach and everything, but the rents were going up, and I saw a 1-bedroom apartment in that same apartment complex renting for about like $400 more than my 3-bedroom was.
Wow.
And so I'm like, okay, there's no way they're gonna keep my apartment they're gonna try to jack me somehow. Like even with rent control, they're gonna try to get me. They're not gonna want me to keep this low rate. So and then I saw what the what mortgage was for that, but I'm like, okay, if the rate is going this high, if I get kicked out, I'm going to be paying more right away than if I got a house right now.
Yeah.
I hit this
What
sweet
what year
spot,
was that? What year was that?
It was 7 years ago. So,
Mm.
2006, no, 20,
Yeah, that's right. 2006.
Six, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm really bad with math. So, yeah, because I just have to remember when my son was born because we moved in the day
that's
my son was
cool.
born.
Yeah, nice, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, like
It's a
literally, like
good.
he was born, and I was moving everything out of the apartment the next day. The whole paternity leave was moving. So we bought this. So we bought this house, and we lived here with the kids for a while. I had been doing a lot of DIY and fixing it up and getting things going. But then we said, you know what? Now the other kids are off to college, and we have the 7-year-old. We don't need such a big house. We're kind of like almost empty nesters. We have a 3-bedroom house, and it's just us, and we're just kind of filling rooms with junk, you know.
Mm,
And we don't we always wanted to live that like a more minimalist lifestyle,
sure.
and so we decided to kind of to Airbnb our master bedroom. Also, my son, he
House
was going through
hacking.
this,
House hacking, huh?
yeah,
There we go.
100% house hacking. And my son had cerebral palsy, and he was diagnosed with autism. And the therapies that we're trying to get in, the early intervention therapies, a lot of them aren't completely covered by insurance. So I was paying a lot of money out of pocket. So I'm like, we need some extra money. And so we started Airbnb the back bedroom, and this is like a year ago, and that started making us a lot of money. Like
Wow. Amazing, man.
we
That's so
started
cool.
halfway through the year, and it made us $25,000. And so we're like, this is paying the mortgage. Just pay the mortgage the whole year. Like
That's
just renting
so
our
cool.
one bedroom in our house,
So that gave you the
and
little taste
a
of
little
real estate
taste.
investing, huh?
Yeah, and then
Oh
we
man.
decided to go extreme house hack, and we bought an RV. We parked it in the backyard, and we had somebody remodel the kitchen, put in some new flooring in the kitchen and stuff like that, and one of the bathrooms, and we house hacked. Now the whole house is on Airbnb, and
Wow, that's so cool, man.
yeah, so we're so it's bringing us in a lot of money. We're hoping to get out like sooner, but we did invest a lot. But our tax guy, he's we're hoping to take my like I thought we were gonna have to pay, so I'm like, this year we're gonna pay a lot, because we just paid a lot to do this investment, and we're gonna have to pay a lot in taxes, so we just made a lot of money, and so we're gonna have to brace ourselves. And then my tax guy is like, no bro, you just like you're going to get like 20K back, because we're going to do a cost seg analysis. We're going to analyze the investment you just made into your business, and you're not paying this year. You're getting a lot of money back, because you invested in this, but you only have one more year because you bought the house a couple years ago. So you only have so much time that you can do this kind of write off of your business because of the time you bought the asset. And so we're like, holy cow! So what do we do? And this is in no way, shape, or form financial advice, right? We gotta make that clear. But this is just what we did. So we reinvested that money, the money that we got from our tax return, because we wrote it against my W-2. So we're able to, take every opportunity that we could get some return, and we had reinvested it. And we didn't know where we were going to reinvest it. We knew we had to get some sort of training, some sort of mentorship, and we're trying to look, do we pay into bigger pockets or whatever, to like be a more advanced member or whatnot. And that's when we saw Pace with being interviewed by Rob and David Green, Rob Abasolo, and those guys I already have like several books by David Green, and I've been Rob Abasolo kind of like gave us the blueprint for why we were nailing it with our Airbnb, And so and they were like, yeah, this guy's great. We bought property from his students, and we're like, okay, you didn't buy property from Pace, you bought them from his students.
Students.
Like, so I'm like, I want to be a student.
Blew your mind. It's like, what?
Yeah,
Put me in
where do I
there.
sign? I want to be a student selling to Rob and everybody else, and I want to be buying my own. You can buy your own. Like, what? Wait, you don't have to have any money. You can just if you find the right property. So we when we first did it, when we first signed in, we thought, okay, we're gonna analyze a bunch of deals and figure out how we're going to and be calling and going a little bit faster than we had thought, because I was thinking maybe 2 years from now would buy our next property when we saved up like in a BRRRR type method, and if the interest rates got a little bit more favorable, they didn't skyrocket up to like the way they were in the 80s where they're like 16% or whatever, like crazy number they could be. I'm like, maybe they'll go back down and we can refinance the house and take out the money. Either way, it'll be smart to take out some money and reinvest it in another property, but we got to wait till we pay off this other thing, so it's going to be in about a year from now. But no, we're like, you could do this right now. You can like, you don't have like whatever you're doing with your own life, you can start investing because you have skills now. And so I'm like, we have skills because we've done the Airbnb. We know about how to like structure investment to where you're like not failing. You know what I mean? Like where you're protecting your investment. I did where you pivot to protect your investment. No matter what you do, you're going to protect your investment.
For sure.
And so then I'm like, well, we could do this. We could freaking do this. And so Heather's like, okay, so how, you know, like so what do we do? When do we sign up? You know, I'm like, let's use that tax return and let's put it all right in, you know? And then she's like, and there's also this Gator thing. So while we're watching this YouTube videos and following all those things, he's like, dude, there's this thing called Gator. And he's like breaking down this. It's crazy because you know, you're here too. We're at the beginning of something that's amazing, that's growing,
it's
right?
Amazing.
Like he's talking about, he's like, at 3 o'clock in the morning, I came up with this whole entire thing where I was trying to break down what investors are, because he's like trying to teach us about investing. And then he's like, but I came up with this thing and I want to share it with everybody. He's just like away.
He's amazing, man.
He's just
I mean, the
like
content
giving
he
us
provides
value
out there.
Oh my God. So we're like, what? I want to be a swimmer or a shark, but you know, we could start off as gators too, so we can be making money now and pay off that debt that we have faster now while we're trying to get our sweet deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was our original plan. But now I'm like, I've been talking to other Subto students, and I'm like, man, maybe I should try to do a couple of wholesalings, or maybe when I'm calling people and looking for my own investments, I could also look for some wholesaling deals that can wholesale to people. So then you start learning what.
So I know you said swimmer, right, and shark and the gator, right? That's some avatars we use in our Subto community to identify ourselves among the Subto community and help others understand where we're at on our journey. So that's what that means, and it's pretty cool, you know, that you decided to take both pills as well, and you're taking advantage of that gator you know, adventure. But are you also doing like direct to agent visionary, or are you just currently more focusing on lending? How is your W-2 allowing you to pivot into real estate investing as well? How are you making time for that?
Heather, when we first signed up, I was like, this is my busy time of the year for my W-2, and so I'm going to be like 100% focused on my W-2 mostly, but advancements in technology has allowed me to not be working the 10 hours and 20 hours like I was working before, and so I've been having some free time to like look up properties, look up investments. We're both like I'm like your wife, where Heather's really doing a lot of like reaching out to agents. She's doing direct to agent. We're doing direct to agent in all the markets where we have friends. Awesome. So, and I have friends in Maine. I have friends in Colorado. I have friends in Texas. And then we also we're seeing one of our dreams, because we're following Rob Abasolo on Bigger Pockets, is to do the glamping house land hacking type thing. And we found we've been looking for on market and possibly off-market campgrounds and RV parks, and trying to figure out, like, you know, holy cow, because Pace is into this, and other people in the community are into this. So maybe we could JV with some other people, partner on some campgrounds, or maybe if, you know, they could get, you know, partner with people who want to just guide us on how to do it ourselves, you know, and make our dream happen faster. So that way, you know, I'm retiring when I'm 50, which is 3 years from now. You know, so and from it.
And that's the power of this community, right? What Eddie is you know, telling us, it's amazing, right? Because there's so many like-minded people that want to help each other grow. So JVing, partnering up, right? and not just like single family home deals, but multifamily deals, RV park deals. Even now we're getting to the point where we're being taught on how to acquire businesses, right? Buy businesses. So, man, it's amazing.
It's amazing. And I also want to kind of point out something that Pace has mentioned, that having a W-2 isn't always a bad thing. Like, trying to leave your W-2 isn't always the goal. It might be the goal if you wanted to try to say, I'm going to start a real estate business and be wholesaling and doing all that. But us having a W-2 gives us the flexibility to really go after what we really want, like
For
just
sure.
laser focused targeting exactly what you want, and the dream big type ideas. And also, your W-2 brings you a lot of professionals that you work with every day that could be future partners in your next thing, which is the real estate investing thing.
Yeah,
So,
amen to that.
always look for the opportunities of where you're at and what you have. That's one of my takeaways. That one of the things I'm looking at now, like, because I just chit chatting with people and the water cooler has already brought some people who are like, hey, I'm interested to find out more about what you're doing,
That's
like,
awesome,
because I'm
man.
talking about,
Good stuff,
I'm
Eddie.
just mentioning, yeah, we just put an offer on a campground in Austin, and like, hopefully that happens. Like, what? It's
Yeah,
like,
what?
like,
It's
yeah,
funny you
we're,
mentioned
we're
that. The other day I mentioned to a buddy there from high school. I was like, "Hey, yeah, I'm looking to buy a storage facility." He's like, "Really? What? Okay."
yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
Eddie,
and
I
then
really value your time.
yeah.
Is there, how do you want people to connect with you, to know more about you?
Well, my YouTube channel is going to be Edward Morden. I just use my name everywhere. I'm also on Facebook. I'm Eddie Morden, because there was a whole thing where I had to like create a whole new account because somebody hacked my account really brutally.
Oh no.
Yeah. So yeah, those are the two. Instagram, I'm still Morden Arts, which is Morden and then Arts, but all one word. So yeah, those are the places where you can contact me.
Man, Eddie, well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you, get to know you, man,
Yeah,
and we'll definitely hook up, through our Subto community, hopefully make some deals happen. I know you said you're probably looking at the Atlanta market, and that's where I'm at. So yeah, I look forward to
yeah,
JBing and working together soon.
awesome, brother.
Awesome.
Cool.
Wait, hey guys, we appreciate it. If you like what we're sharing, definitely subscribe, like, and we'll be chatting you on the next one. Peace, guys.
Yes. Peace.